Some culture, some family values may not demand the child to parent. So, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by. As you guys can see in my title, my topic, my question for today is, should adult children living with their parents parent or contribute to the household? But before, I will be giving my views and opinion on this topic, and my answer will varies. But before I get any further into this video, please, if you so desire, leave a thumbs up on this video, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you are not yet a subscriber. Let us know in the topic what are your views on this question. So let us dig deep into this topic now, guys. Let me share my views and opinion with you. So my answer to this question varies because it depends on the family dynamics. Culture has a lot to do with how people view certain topics. So it depends on the family culture. It depends on everyone's financial situation. There are some perspectives that we can consider when we are talking about such a topic. So I will be sharing with you some reasons why I think adult children, depending on their financial situation, why they should contribute to paying rent, because as I said to you, it depends on their financial situation. So if this adult child is in a good financial situation, if they are working and is able to contribute to the rent, there are some reasons why this should be encouraged. If the child is working and is able to, then paying rent to their parents will promote responsibility. So it can teach them how to budget. It can teach them how to do their financial planning. And doing all of this is a part of being responsible, especially if the child is working or capable of contributing to the household. Also, paying rent can prepare the child for his or her own independence. Even if they don't pay the full amount of rent that you charge a stranger, just a small amount can help simulate them into the real world expenses before they move out. So they will get a feel of what it's like when they actually move out on their own. Also, contributing to the rent of the household can ease financial strain on the parents themselves or whoever they're living with. So if the parents are covering increased utilities, groceries, or housing cost, if the child contributing can help to lighten that burden on the parents. Also, it gives mutual respect. It sets boundaries and it helps to maintain a sense of adult to adult interaction rather than reverting to a parent child dynamic, right? So this child will feel a bit more respected, will tend to have their independence, and the parent will relate to this child as an adult, and they will have adult to adult interaction, right? On the other hand, if the child is not able to contribute to the rent, there are some other alternatives that they can do if they are working and able to, assist where possible. They can help with groceries. They can help with the utilities. They don't have to pay the full amount, but they can give a contribution. Also, taking care of the chores of the home or the maintenance of the home, they can fill a gap here and there. This is also a way in which they can assist in the household. And this will help them to save aggressively, and this will help them to move out or pay off their debt if they have any debt, yeah. And contribution based on income, example, a percentage rather than a fixed amount. So if they're having an income and every week when they get paid, it's a different amount that they get. Instead of they are paying a set amount, they pay a percentage of whatever they receive. Okay, so yeah, there are ways in which they can work around this. Also, as I said to you, it depends on the child or the child, yeah, it depends on the child financial status at the moment. I am also gonna say this. There are reasons why I don't think an adult child should contribute to the rent or to the household. Because, for example, if this child is a young adult and just transitioning from, being a child to an adult, and they just leave school, let's just leave high school, and in the process of doing job hunting, or if they are studying, or if they are recovering from some form of hardship, I think having a free housing can be a form of support. So the parent may not be able to support them financially, but giving them somewhere to rest their head, giving them a shelter over their head without them contributing is a way of supporting the child until he or she is able to find a job or finish studying. Because if the child is studying, especially if they're studying full time, it's gonna be hard for them to be studying, paying their tuition, getting their necessary stuff that they need, and then contributing to the rent. Because if they are studying full time, it's not feasible for them to have a full-time job. Most time it's a part-time job which doesn't, pay a lot. So in this way, the parent can support them by allowing them to live rent-free until, they are in the position to assist. Also, cultural family values. Some family values may not demand the child to parent. So in some cultures, multi-generational living is the norm, right? And contributions are not expected or even discouraged. So it's not expected and it's not discouraged. So it's up to that individual if they want to contribute. Also, not asking your child to contribute to household, not asking your adult child to parent, can also help to foster them in saving. As parents, we may prefer our kids save for home than having them going out there to pay rent or paying us rent. So that money that they will be paying to us, they can save it. So in the future, they are able to, purchase their own home, or contribute to even their wedding or paying off their student loans instead of giving the money to us. So that's supporting. So these are some reasons why I think, adults living with their parents should not contribute to the rent at this time because of the financial situation that they are in. Even though some families do a hybrid approach, parents collect rent by secretly save it and give it back as starter fund when the child moves out, which is good. So as a parent, what you can do, if you see that your child is working and they're earning, and you probably see them not managing their money well, what you can do, you can secretly take the rent from them and save it for them. So when it's time for them to move out, you can give it back to them, and this will help as a starter fund for them when they move out. So they can either use it to put towards their down payment of a home, or put towards their first and last month rent if they decide to go and rent somewhere on their own. They can even use it if they're planning to get married, if they can use it as a part of their wedding expenses. So you can do that as a parent instead of collecting it and just having it, you can use it to assist them where possible, you know, save it for them and give it back to them when it's time for them to move out. So as I said to you, this question, it varies. So depending on the adult child situation, if they are capable enough to assist with the paying of the rent, you know, it will help to put some take some strain from the parents. I I am 100% agreeing with that. But if the child is in a situation where they are struggling financially, I think the parents can, you know, be a support by not asking that child for any contribution towards rent. But you know, if the child is living with the parents, I would think that if they're not parent, I think that there are other ways in which they can contribute to the household. They can, you know, do the chores of the household, assist in the cooking and the cleaning. You know, I don't expect a child to be living, an adult child to be living with their parents, not paying rent, and they're just there, and the parents is doing everything in the household. You know, so conscience is a thing that we all should use it, and it will come in handy to everybody. You know, so that's my views and my opinion on this matter, guys. So tell me what you think in the comment section. Do you agree or disagree? And what are your views and opinion on this topic? Thank you for tuning in once more. And in all you do, take care of yourself, take care of others. Please leave a like on this video, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.